We are your local election headquarters, and we start today with the race for governor. A lot of money pouring into this race from national organizations, with Democrats hoping to pull an upset as some polls show a closer than expected race. And this past week, all three candidates met for their final debate ahead of the election.
12 days before the election, three candidates met for the final time on the debate stage, with contentious moments on several issues, including the state's abortion ban.
It passed with a large majority. So I think if you don't believe that our people are talking to their legislators and coming up with a good product, I think they did that.
Our extreme abortion ban was called a good product by Senator Braun. Women are dying. A lot of women's health are put at risk, and he called it a good product.
I trust the citizens of the state of Indiana to reach out to their legislators and let them know what they believe needs to be changed, if anything, in this law.
Another key issue, property taxes.
Property taxes are a huge concern across the state of Indiana, and I've told Hoosiers as soon as I am elected, we have a plan, day one, ready to go.
For the jurisdictions that took their rates down to reflect the increase in assessed value, it won't impact them at all.
That's a lot of word salad. The reality is that neither plan from my opponents keeps property taxes at a static level, and neither one offers a way where property taxes end.
Candidates also on the attack over their running mates and their experience.
By the way, when you were running the school system, things got worse after you were there, and that's your only involvement in public service.
Shame on you. I was a teacher for 25 years, and if we're saying that teachers aren't public service, that sends a true message to Hoosiers of who you are.
All right, some contentious moments there. This week I spoke one-on-one with both Braun and McCormick with just days remaining until the November election.
We feel we're in great shape, and everything that's impacting us has been an externality, and a lot of that had to do with their own party. McCormick's party switched candidates, and that was a moment of euphoria that I think elevated all races on their end 5 to 7 points. That doesn't mean your message is resonating. That just means you're fully engaged. And since that has dissipated, you know, and McCormick has talked about how she agrees with all the Biden-Harris policies. I think that is now being litigated on the national stage, and not so sure those national candidates look like leaders of the free world, not to mention the policies they espouse. That's given us separation from where it was tighter post-DNC convention, but we've been moving in the right direction ever since. So feel good about it. Seems like in a lot better shape than where we were when I ran for Senate. That was a different navigation. Each election has different characteristics, and we roll with the punches and address it accordingly.
So another dynamic here in this race, your running mate Micah Beckwith, who continues to make news. He spoke out recently about the migrants in Logansport who are here in the state, in the country legally. He felt that the state of Indiana should deport them. He also said, quote, "We do not want multiculturalism in Indiana." What's your response to that? Do you agree with that sentiment?
I think that is when you probably haven't done enough of being in the game of how you make your point. And clearly, whoever you're running with is not going to have exactly the same style. I think he represents the values of faith, family, and community. And if it's out of sync with what I'm trying to get across to Hoosiers, I'll make the point or make a clarification. He's worked his tail off. He represents a part of the party that feels kind of neglected in our own state. But when you're out there working for the base issues of faith, family, community, making Indiana a place that you want to raise your family, build your business, it's not going to be without error. I've been doing this now for 7 years from the time I jumped on the stage to run for Senate, and been in D.C. for nearly 6 years, and you got to be careful on how you articulate the point.
Some reporting in Politico, though, that some people in your campaign may be, quote, incensed at Micah Beckwith's frequent off-message remarks, according to that reporting. Is that the case? And just to clarify here, you feel as if his comments saying we don't want multiculturalism, you felt that may have crossed the line?
So I think whenever you express a point, you got to be careful.
More of that interview next week. This week, I also spoke with Jennifer McCormick about this very contentious race for governor and about last Thursday night's debate.
They saw a clear contrast in who's running for governor, and I think that they realize that we're staying focused on the issues that people are concerned about, whether it's health care, whether it's education or good paying jobs, and they just do not want the extremism that's represented from the Beckwith-Braun ticket.
Braun's campaign said they felt he won the debate. They said they felt you were espousing, quote, liberal values that were wrong for Indiana in their view. What's your response to that?
I think it's so interesting. You know, in 2016, I ran as a Republican, and my values haven't changed, and they didn't call me a woke liberal then. And so I just think it's interesting that it was clear I won all 3 debates, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm proud of our team, and we're ready to go. So we know we're on the final stretch here, and comments like that we just ignore and move on.
In the meantime, the DGA and the RGA keep pumping money into this race. Do you have what you need to be competitive, and how close of a race is this going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be close. I mean, we're going to get this done, but I'm thrilled with the support of the DGA. I mean, I'm very honored by that. I know Governor Beshear has helped, also Governor Kelly. And so the DGA has been amazing. And we said from the beginning, we just have enough to be, we need enough to be competitive. And we're there. And so we have enough to get us across that finish line and get this victory.
What do you make of the early numbers, the early voting numbers that we're seeing so far? Does that give you any additional reason for optimism?
It does, but I'm just thrilled as a Hoosier, and I'm thrilled as an American that I see people who are interested in democracy, because far too long in Indiana we were 50 out of 50th in voter turnout, and so just to see people out voting and exercising that right is amazing, and so that makes me thrilled, and I feel really, really good. Those long lines are a good sign for us.
What do these next few days look like for you, and what's it going to take to win this race?
We're traveling everywhere. We're getting out the message to get out the vote. We will do, you know, what we need to do as a team with boots on the ground. We're making a lot of calls. We're doing a lot of postcards, a lot of door knocking, and so we'll keep after it. We'll do a lot of press as well, because it's so great to inform Hoosiers, and we don't want to take anything for granted. I know it's been a long campaign, but we'll continue to do what we need to do.
Jennifer McCormick joining us there from Chicago. Thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Good to see you, Dan.